A soundtrack is a collection of different sounds brought together that are used throughout the film. The word soundtrack usually makes people think of just the music in the film, but every single sound throughout the film contributes to the soundtrack. Different types of sound used to create soundtrack can include dialogue, music, Foley sounds, sound effects, and ambient sounds. Dialogue refers to the words that are spoken by the characters during the film. Dialogue is used to directly convey the characters' emotions and enable the audience to easily follow the narrative. Music within films shapes emotional responses, creating a rhythm in the scenes and segments and comments on the action. For instance, in Jaws, whenever the shark is nearby, the classic leitmotif is played. This is similar in the James Bond series of films. At least once in the film, the classic James Bond leitmotif is played, and the audience can instantly recognise it. Foley sound is sound recorded and edited after the visuals. Foley sound is usually sound effects that are easier and more efficient to recreate in a different setting to where the visuals are filmed. The most commonly used Foley sounds is footsteps and rustles of clothing. Ambient sounds refers to the background sounds which are present in a scene or location. The most common ambient sounds include wind, water, crowds, birds, and traffic. Ambient sounds provide the continuity between shots, preventing unusual silences. They help to create realism and establish and reinforce the overall mood and tone of the narrative. Each type of sound falls into two categories: diegetic sound or non-diegetic sound. Diegetic sound is any sound that comes from a source inside the film, meaning the characters can hear it. This includes dialogue, Foley sounds, ambient sounds, most sound effects, and some music. Non-diegetic sound is sound that doesn't have a source within the film. For example, some music and even some sound effects.
A clapperboard is used to make syncing audio in film easier and to identify takes and scenes. The relevant information displayed on the clapperboard includes the scenes and take numbers, the camera angle, the date, the production title, and the name of the director. Before starting a scene, use the clapperboard to let all of the crew and cast know that the scene is about to start. This also allows the editors to be able to sync the audio up. I think I need to improve the quality of my sound. So to do this, I'm going to start using different microphones whilst filming the visuals and using the clapperboard method to ensure that I can sync the audio up correctly
for most of our
during editing.
Recording, we're in rooms like the living room, the kitchen, and a bedroom. So we know that there's not really going to be many echoes, so we don't have to do an echo test, because we know that there's lots of furniture that will absorb the sound instead of just a large open space where the sound can just bounce around.
On location, we will record dialogue and some sound effects using a microphone on top of the camera. So if the subjects are being filmed from further away, the dialogue may not be picked up very well. We will need to record the sound of a ticking clock, the sound of an alarm going off, and the general noise of a house, like the rest of the family doing things like showering, watching TV, etc. We will record them alongside more visuals, but some will be recorded just using a microphone and may be recorded from a different room to create even more realism. I think that I will use Premiere to edit all my visuals and my dialogue that goes alongside them, but I will hopefully use Audition or more likely GarageBand because I'm more familiar with that to edit the rest of my soundtrack. I think that the key problems we could face could be the syncing of certain sound effects and maybe accidentally picking up unwanted background noise. Booked some Zoom mics from college to use on location. We've also got already owned mic that we're going to attach to the camera to record. We haven't really had many other changes to the plans, but I'm sure there might be, unless if we can think of something else that may be useful for us. We've done some research into To All the Boys I've Loved Before, the soundtrack for that film, because it's a modern day romantic comedy and that's sort of the vibe that we're going for. So we've been doing some research into that and how they use the music and sound effects.
Aaron pours milk into the bowl, stoppily spilling some milk over the table. Don't get it down
Here we're just starting to record some of the sound effects for our film. We just have a bit of milk spilling over the side, so we had to record the sound of that. Loki was directing this part of it.
We're trying to find a room to record our voiceover in. We literally couldn't find anywhere that was the sound that was absorbing the sound enough to not make an echo. So what we did is we ended up using one of the shower rooms that was free and wasn't going to be used for ages, and then we brought some cushions from the TV studio into it, Obviously, like we asked first, and we just brought some cushions in to absorb the sound, and so it wouldn't make an echo.
That was really good. Okay. We are practicing and doing the speech for Keep It Stupid, so those were my shoes. Oh god.
Right. I may have made you fall in love, and maybe at the time it was all magical and beautiful. There needed to be a commitment. It's no one's fault, no one's. But hey, you two are young and bright, and it looks like both of you are talented in your own ways. No love is easy. It will never be. The gods don't have it easy either. It'll always be hard. It's not the end of the story though. You're okay, both of you. Forgive each other, even if it pains you. It'll get easier, and before you know it, you'll forget it ever happened. Why did I say happen like that?
That was filming on Tuesday because we didn't get any footage.
What do you mean we didn't get any footage?
We didn't get any footage of the Irish Rage.
Oh yeah. We didn't get any behind the scenes footage.
Because we were too stressed.
We were
too
really
stressed.
kind of stressed, but
We were
it
always
actually went quite well. It didn't take as long as we thought it would.
No.
Would.
We got done by like 5.
Yeah, so we had a little problem with the room at first.
And then the woman was like, oh.
I wasn't even talking about that. Like, so we had the room from, what was it, 9 to 12 or something, and then we had it from like 2 till 5.
Yeah.
And
and then didn't come out until
9 to 12.
And then come out until like 2:30.
So we went to have lunch, and then the class that was in there before us didn't come out.
Then the
until
teacher came back and she was like, "Oh, am I in your way?" Yes, I am.
And we were like, "Yeah, sorry."
She was annoyed at us for some reason, even though we had the class and it was ours.
But it's fine.
It's fine. So then we filmed from like 3 to 5, and it was more like 1:30 to like 4.
2
Yeah,
to
it was more
5.
like 2:30
to like 4:30.
4:30, yeah.
Yeah.
We got it done.
Yeah, we got it done.
There was like schedule problems because I'm very unorganised, so I didn't know when to film, and I don't know who's free because.
And Ethan had driving that morning, so.
Ethan had.
It's like Ethan was driving, then Ethan have work.
You have driving lessons.
Marcus
and then
driving.
You have work, and then Ethan also has work, so.
Yeah, it was a bit like but we got it done. That's good.
We
So after we filmed our voiceover, I went into Adobe Audition and I sort of edited it through. So I made new sections like in the in and the outs of the different clips, like the best portions, the best quality audio to use, and then obviously put them in as a multi-track. And then I edited the multi-track to create the voiceover, and that didn't take that long, and I sort of changed the volumes on the different tracks because some of them were louder than others because the Zoom mics were being held close and further away, so that was something we should have really controlled, but it was quite easy to fix. I also did sort of the same thing with the a ticking clock, the alarm and stuff like that, as well as the dialogue, but I didn't record as much as that, but I'll probably try and get some when I sort of edit that more. So here I'm just putting exponential fade on the music that I was using for the opening credits and towards the end of the thing, towards the end of the film, so that the audio fades in and fades out, so that it's not just abruptly just starts, fades in nicely and fades out. I also did this a little bit, not too much, but with the ticking clock I sort of amplified it, it started off quite quiet and got louder and louder and louder and louder. And then here's me also, I started to just make sure all the other audios were overlapping and the dialogue was all synced up and everything was correct.
Hi, we have filmed everything. I'm so wow.
Yeah, it's horrible.
We filmed everything for.
We're done.
We're done.
We're done.
We're editing
We're editing now.
and sound. Doing the sound.
Doing the sound effects. I don't think we should send this off to any film festivals.
No.
No, because
Because it's bad.
it's one. It doesn't look professional enough.
Yeah, like, we haven't had enough. We haven't had enough because we've been focusing on like doing stuff right for the units instead of doing the stuff right for the film festival.
Yeah.
So I
I'd
think
much
it's
rather
best for
stress
this
over-
one.
I'd much
We
rather
need to,
stress
like-
over my life falling apart.
Mark, I'm cutting
Cut
that
that out. I'd rather stress over.
Yeah, like
Anything I say, just cut it out.
getting the units done, then getting the criteria for the film festival done, I think is
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
But obviously, we can do that in the future if we want to. We can like
Yeah.
Next project,
re-edit
we
the
submit
film,
to
yeah.
a film festival if we feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think because we need to evaluate the soundtrack as well.
Yeah.
Which is okay.
The
We got some
dialogue's
buzz.
the dialogue's pretty good.
Yeah.
I feel like we should have used the Zoom mic to. I can't speak. The Zoom mic.
Yeah.
Zoom up,
So
man.
then it didn't sound so echoey.
Yeah.
We should
it's
have. We had
quiet,
it, but we
okay.
just forgot to use it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't think it was that bad. And then stuff like sound effects.
We've got birds in your
Are
phone.
like, yeah, obviously we've recorded some and then some we're getting from the internet.
But when there's
So
not,
obviously some are going to be better than others.
there's not an outside scene.
Yeah,
So-
but like
We can put birds.
we've
Over
got like a
Cupid
we've got like
talking,
a
so it looks
I
like
mean,
she's
sure.
magical.
We've got like a ticking clock and then we need like sort of some background noise of the family or something.
Yeah.
Oh, we used to need some like shouting. So we need an argument.
I mean no, we need like a shower being turned on from a different room, which we can record.
Yeah, because but originally there was gonna be like an arguing in the like you'd hear arguing in the back of
Yeah,
the.
sure. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Because like when
I mean, we got loads of content, but
Yeah.
So what did we do badly this time that we could have done?
Well, when we
I
filmed
feel like
the
maybe
college-
like the Foley sound, we could have like planned that out more.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna film this bit then instead of just being like, oh hey, we're here now, let's film that noise now, quick, now, do it
Yeah.
now, quick.
Yeah.
And like the music, we found it quite hard to find non-copyright
Well,
music,
when we filmed in the college, it was really like
so
hectic.
that was quite hard. And when we filmed in the college, it was like we were a bit like, oh my god, we don't have a lot of time to
Because-
film.
Yeah.
Because everyone's so busy and everyone's got so much work to do. It's a bit like we only have this certain
It's
amount
probably a
of time
mistake to
to
film
do
in
it.
college, to be honest.
Yeah.
The only problem with our group is that everyone obviously split into different groups, so we kind of wanted like an actor. So one actor in our project, obviously not Mark, but another person, Ethan, he's in our project, but he's not a part of this
Yeah,
group.
he just
acting.
acted for us, like
He was in
very
like,
kindly
different
acted for us.
Yeah, which is a problem because like he's
Obviously,
in another
he's
group,
got
so
his own work to do. He's got
Yeah.
So his own life.
film to film. He's got his own edit. He's like probably. I
He's
think
a busy
he's
boy.
Filming someone else's film as well. And it's just like, oh my god, okay.
yeah. So obviously we kind of have to put boundaries and
On-
limits on people, saying like, hey, if you want to be a part of this group, then you have to stay in that group, and we have to do that.
Be more organised.
Be a little bit more
Yeah,
organised,
I
because
think that'd be best.
especially with
We
when.
were quite organised with the pre-production. But
Yeah.
Sort
When
of,
we filmed at your house, it was not wasn't too bad.
That was
Yeah.
not bad because
it was
yeah.
sort of about. It's just. I think we were most unorganised just because we couldn't find a place to film. For
I
such a
think
long
filming
time.
the college just
That wasn't a
help
really good
us.
idea, but that was sort of like the only thing we had, so we sort of just had to.
Yeah.
next
But
time.
it wasn't that bad.
Hypothetical project. I think we need to make sure that all the actors learn their lines before they're on set.
I'll try to
Yeah,
organise.
because then that'll make the dialogue a lot easier, and then it'll make editing a lot easier. So we need to like evaluate the soundtrack because the whole
Everyone needs
bit-
their own script and highlight their own lines.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I was literally going through the script like, where am I, like every 3
And we
minutes.
sort of we have like a shooting script,
Yeah.
so I feel like we could do a shooting script like
Well, a shot
in
list.
one half of the page. Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry, I'm so used to calling it that shot list, and then and then on this side of the page, like a different column, have like
Yeah.
the audio that said corresponding with that shot.
Yeah.
I think if we do that next time, that will help us a lot, like, and with the sound effects as well, because sometimes I have a feeling we might like forget like one little sound effect or something, which isn't that important, but it would have made the soundtrack like better.
I feel like we also needed to actually, because we wrote down the shot list for the script, but we didn't stick to it.
No,
we just randomly.
we
I
sort
feel
of
like we should have.
we went through it a little bit.
Yeah.
But we sort of, after a while, we were like, hang on, that's not going to work in editing. That's not going to like be able to do that. So we sort of just went a bit like off of it.
Haywire.
So I think next time we need to like make a more realistic shot list.
Yeah.
And then
Actually
like
use it.
like a column next to it with the audio that corresponds to that shot. Because I think that would really help us during editing as well.
Yeah. And then
I'm trying to think what else is on the list that we would talk about.
I feel like we just can't film in
College.
the
Yeah.
college.
I was gonna say
There's
that.
so much noise.
With our film, there wasn't really that much ambient sound, so we didn't really have to worry about that one much. It wasn't really much. It was sort of just maybe in a corridor.
Yeah.
Maybe when they were at home, there was like their parents or something were upstairs or something.
Yeah.
But I feel like we didn't really have to
A
worry
safe
about that.
environment to film.
Safe environment.
Like the ambient sound was more like the movie being played, which we can we're gonna implant anyway.
So
What we did good. What we did good. That's not allowed to say that.
what did we do good though that we can
What did we
definitely do
Right,
again?
stuff we should do again was like the pre-production.
Pre-production,
The way we
yeah.
organised that was really good because we'd like
Went on
Go
Google
on
Docs.
Discord.
yeah we went on Google Docs and we
And-
called each other, so we'd be sitting there writing together,
Yeah.
chatting about it, so that everyone's like ideas
Yeah.
were all in there.
Yeah.
And also I felt like we scheduled it pretty well. Like we did our pre-production like in the right amount of time.
Yeah.
And like we got it done like
Just in time so we can
that we needed to so that we could film.
And then I feel like what we did for props and hair and makeup and
Not a lot.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
outfits,
Yeah.
Well, we did-
I think we did pretty
Hair and
well.
makeup.
Yeah, her like costumes are pretty good.
Costumes
It's
are
more of
good.
like obviously the
'Cause
film
we spent
we
money
seen
on
in
it.
the college wasn't that great. We
No.
could improve the settings a bit more.
Yeah.
The living room scene, I think that was that looked perfectly like realistic, but it's just the college scene didn't. But obviously we didn't have anywhere else to film. So I think next time we do a project, we need to sort of think about where we could film, but like whilst we write it.
And it'd be-
I feel like we need to get actually use lights though, because in some
Yeah.
of the especially the night
We're quite lazy. It's so
scenes,
bad. Like oh my god.
especially the night scene.
We need to rent out some more lights from college. I think yeah.
Yeah, in the night scene, like when they're in the bedroom and also when they're in the living room, it's so grainy because it's so dark.
Yeah.
So we need to like actually use lights to make sure that the quality
Actually
of them-
use.
Yeah, we
Well,
can
thank
rent
you.
out some films from college. I'm trying to think how good they are from college. They're not that bad.
They're
We can
not-
just
they're
rent them
pretty
out for
good.
a couple of days, yeah.
Yeah.
That's how we got our.
I'm trying to think, because there was a list of stuff we had to talk about for the soundtrack, for the making of documentary.
Well, because we're not doing the film festival, I'm just going to use copyrighted music anyway. So
Yeah, we could do that.
Can we do that? Because I think
Yeah.
for the unit you had to
Paul might be like.
use non.
Paul might tell us off.
I think for the unit you had to use non, but I can't remember.
I mean,
From Harry Styles.
What do you-
oh my
I
god,
want to use the piano,
yeah.
just the melody of
Yeah,
the piano, with
yeah.
no nothing else, just the stripped back piano, like the.
Yeah.
I want to use that.
I want to use that at the end.
Yeah.
And then also I really want to use Dodie's music, Sick of Losing Soulmates.
Yeah.
That's a really good song.
Good show.
And I kind of want to put the instrumental like in the
There'll
background.
be really good songs that go with that film, but
Yeah.
obviously they're copyrighted. Oh my god.
Bless you, we're
Bless you.
allergic to that.
Oh. Right, so we've talked about ambient sound, we talked about music and sound effects. What other sound is there? Dialogue, we talked about.
Dialogue. We did the your monologue in
Oh yeah, the
In the
voiceover.
shower.
in the shower in the college because we couldn't find any
Yeah.
other room.
It was a pretty good fucking. I mean, it was a pretty.
It was
really
it was
good film.
okay.
Except for the fact that
I
there was
edited
no
it a little
outside.
bit.
That was in the
other day.
previous clip.
I haven't edited it into
We've
the
time
video
traveled.
yet. I'm gonna do that today. But I like edited the actual sound. I just haven't put it to the visuals yet, so I don't actually know how good that's gonna go. Because I feel like the voiceover's a lot longer than the shots that we got, so I feel like we might end up having to put like some other shots. I don't really know.
I think I'll just like cut the clips of the dialogue.
Yeah.
Cut the dialogue.
So that you cut.
I don't know.
Because we already cut out loads of
Cut
because the original script before like we were given feedback was so messed up. Like it was so bad.
It was
And
like
then-
all over the place.
It was
quite-
really weird.
And then we didn't listen to the feedback.
No,
We did a little bit.
And
We did.
We changed it a little bit.
We changed it a little bit, and
And
then
then we just didn't care.
we just didn't care. But like the big monologue at the end, that loads of that was cut out. It was
Yeah,
loads of that stuff.
loads of that was
not
cut out because
needed.
it just makes a lot more sense for it to be a bit shorter.
Yeah.
And then we didn't really have anything to go with the visuals.
Yeah.
Anyway, like even now it's been cut down, I feel like we still don't have enough visuals to go with it, but I'm gonna probably
That's life.
I'll probably get around to that today, so
Yeah.
I'll see.
That's
I
like.
have to. I'm trying to. What I did was I edited it in a not like I edited the kitchen scene, then the living room, then the bedroom scene.
Yeah,
then
that's what I did.
The talk breakfast scene, and then I'm now doing the ending and kind of doing it the way kind of mismatched
Yeah.
it, whatever's easier first.
Yeah, I'm like on that sort of. They just started shouting. So.
Oh yeah, the shouting scene is probably gonna be the hardest thing to edit. I
Yeah,
feel.
I'm really having a lot of fun with that because it's so quick. It's like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to have too many cuts, and then I'm also like overlapping audios so that it doesn't sound too bad. And it's like
Yeah.
it's gonna take me a while, I think, but hopefully I probably get it done soon.
Yeah.